With Alex Caruso being traded for Josh Giddey, what kind of trades did we miss out on? There are reports that the Chicago Bulls turned down a trade for Alex Caruso and a 13th pick from the Sacramento Kings. And the 13th pick might not have been it on the Sacramento Kings part. That's just the only piece of the trade proposition that we know, or the report that I read knows. So all we know, it could have been the 13th pick plus Kevin Herter. It could have been a 13th pick plus Davion Mitchell. It could have been a 13th pick plus Harrison Barnes. Plus the 11th pick that you got. I mean, us, the Chicago Bulls. How do I feel about this? I think it makes me even more upset that the Bulls didn't get more out of that trade with Alex Caruso and Josh Giddey. You just had to get at least a draft pick. Straight up? Okay, I'm going to stop beating a dead horse. I ain't going to talk about that shit no more. Now let's move on. Giddey. Josh Giddey. He averaged 17, 6, and 6 last season. The question I want to pose is, do you think Josh Giddey would have been a top 5 draftee this season? Because I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be real objective right now. I think he would have been a top 5 pick. Most are calling this the most mediocre draft in 10 years. So I think it's fair to say that Josh Giddey would have been a top 5 overall pick. Look at his talent. He's an elite passer. He got the size. And he only 21 years old. What is he in college? He's a junior in college right now. He's a junior in college. So I will give him that respect and say Josh Giddey, in essence, acts like a top 5 pick for the Chicago Bulls. No BS. I can ride with that logic. But if you won't get it past me that you couldn't get anything else in the trade, that's it. Now, that's the question that I pose. Do you take a Giddey? Do you think we good with a Giddey and what he's established in the NBA and what he can potentially be in the future? Or you go with the 13th, the unknown, the worst draft in 10 years. Even though I don't agree with that, there is some players inside of this in the lottery that I think will be all-stars. Rob Dillingham, gonna be an all-star. Alex Czar, he kind of on the fence of being an all-star player, but he'll definitely be an impact player in this league. That's not a lot of like superstars, if any superstars in this draft, but there's some impact players that can help your team in this draft. Oh yeah, there is some definite spectacular role or impact players in this team. It might be sprinkling in there some all-stars in there. You can sprinkle some all-stars in there. But my honest answer, I would have to take Giddey to be non-objective. Either Giddey or the 13th pick. If we would have traded to the Kings, I would go with Giddey. If that make any sense to you. I'm sure it makes sense to you because you rational. Y'all rational, bro. Of course, Giddey will be a better player than the 13th overall pick. He's been in the league, 3, 4, or 5 years. Of course, he has experience. He's averaged double figures. He's averaged 17 points per game in the NBA, the big boy league. Now they were saying that I'm sure everybody heard or seen this scenario with Harrison Barnes, Davion Mitchell, I'm sorry, and Kevin Huerter, plus the 13th overall pick for Zach LaVine and Alex Caruso. I don't like that trade at all. I think that was just Sacramento being greedy. It's not even to me. First, you got a bona fide 25 point per game score in Zach LaVine. The reason his numbers are down this past season is he was injured. He was injured. And I don't think he played with 100% effort last season, which could be a question mark for you guys, whoever wants Zach, whoever ends up with Zach LaVine. And then you get Alex Caruso, who I think is the best perimeter defensive player in the league. The best. Playing the passing lane. Stand in front of your player. Blocks. Steals. This dude do everything defensively elite. And he can sometimes guard 4s and 5s. You ain't got to worry about it. You probably don't even got to run a double out there. Man, OKC going to be a good-ass team this year. They going to be fire coming up. But, yeah, the Chicago Bulls turned down the trade for the 13th overall pick for Alex Caruso. We don't know what they would have added or if they added anything. Maybe they just offered it straight up, and the Bulls was like, hell no, we ain't got nothing, ain't nothing in this draft good enough for us to trade Alex Caruso straight up with you. But Josh Giddey is good enough. Y'all let me know something, because I'm lost. I'm lost in the sauce. I'm lost in the sauce. I'm lost.